going on, gamers? Chongo here once again with a video for you guys, and today it's a first impressions of I Am Alive, which was released on the PlayStation Network and Xbox Live Marketplace yesterday, the 7th of March, and it was about 1,200 Microsoft points, and the download was about 1.8 gig. There's no multiplayer in I Am Alive, there's just a single player, and when you first go in to start, it'll ask you to choose from two difficulty settings. One is normal and one is survivor, and the way the game works is if you go and play normal, you have a lot more retries and more resources, whereas you play on survivor, it's going to be harder to find items and all that kind of stuff. So basically the storyline of the game is 1 year ago there was a series of earthquakes that pretty much destroyed the world, and it's just all post-apocalyptic and all this kind of stuff, and you are this guy who's going back to try and find his family, and he took 4 hours to fly out, and then it's taken him pretty much a year to go walk all the way back to his city. So that's where the game starts off, and then you're trying to get into the city and find out what happens to your family. The game sort of has cutscenes, but they're more shown through the main character using his camera and sort of just talking to it like he's talking to his family. And when they show it, it's showing someone watching it, but you're not sure who that is. So yeah, that's how you find out the backstory, and it cuts to cutscenes through the camera that he's recording. Now, one of the main aspects of this game is basically climbing around, trying to find your way through obstacles and over obstacles and all that kind of stuff. So if you're not into that kind of thing, you're probably not going to like this game. But the thing that's a little bit different about this game is, instead of games like Assassin's Creed and all that, where if you're in trouble with climbing, you can just pretty much stop and relax for a bit, this game has a stamina bar, and the whole time you're climbing, it's going down. So you need to be quick about it. And there's like resources you can take to boost up your stamina bar and all that kind of stuff. But if you go below it, and you don't act fast enough, you can end up falling and dying. But if you go over it a little bit, but you still get up to safety or get to a resting point, basically in a standing up position, what will happen is you lose a little bit of your stamina bar, and you can't regain that unless you use resources to gain that bit that was cut off. Now, if you do die and you haven't got any retries, which you gain retries from either helping other survivors that you run into, or you can just find them randomly. Sometimes they'll be in a corner or just anywhere you can see, you can go and grab one. But if you don't have a retry and you die, you will be reverted back to the last it's sort of like a scene. It's not really a checkpoint, because you can only revert back to checkpoints if you've got the retries. But at first it can get annoying, but once you sort of understand how to play the game properly, if you do have to go back 10 minutes, it's not that bad, since you know which ways to climb and you've already sort of worked that out in your head, so you can pretty much go through and finish it in a couple of minutes. Now, as well as just climbing around and getting over obstacles and finding where your apartment is and all that kind of stuff, you've also got other survivors that you can run into, and you only have to start with a gun with no ammo, and that is your only weapon. So to start off with, you actually need to be kind of stealthy, and if someone else has got a gun, you pretty much just have to walk away, because if you try and have a gunfight with someone you've got no ammo, you're pretty much dead. You can't scare someone off with a gun if they've got one. But what you have to do to start with is, first couple of survivors that you see, maybe one or two will have guns, and that's when you should get the hell back from them, since, yeah, they're going to shoot at you first. But if you see someone who's got maybe a machete or anything like that, you can intimidate them with the gun, and then you can go up and kick them and take the machete, and then, yeah, you've got a better weapon than just a gun. And also, when you get into large groups, it says to you, don't use your gun, because what will happen is everyone will just go crazy and start shooting and trying to stab you and all that kind of stuff. So what you do is you wait for one guy to come up really close to you, and then you can use your machete to kill him, and then by doing this you get one bullet. So then with the other two people or three people, however many people there are, you need to choose which one you want to shoot. So obviously shoot the one with the gun first, because the other guy with a baseball bat or machete or something like that, you can stab. Whereas if you, use your bullet on him, then you've got some guy with a gun pointing at you, and they'll realise you've got no ammo. Also, I'm not sure if you actually can have the option to turn tips off, but I wouldn't recommend doing it, just simply because you're learning some new stuff and new ways to kill people throughout the game, so it's a lot better to have this tip that'll explain to you how to use new items. This brings me to the end of my first impressions of I Am Alive. If you liked it, please leave a like, and if you've got any comments, put them below. And if this looks like a game that might interest you, definitely download the trial or buy the game. And thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you like this video. See you guys next time.